From JD News, live from Draper, Utah, Friday, March 27th, 2020. This is Good Morning Juan Diego.
Good morning, JD. It is Friday, March 27th, and we're coming to you from the Soaring Eagle Gym. It's an A-Day. All right, with that, I think we should probably pray.
Who's praying for us today?
Mrs. Jacobs.
Miss Jacobs. She's become a star, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's, yeah.
Well, let's see what she has to say with the prayer.
All right, let's go to Miss Jacobs. Lead us in prayer, please.
Good morning, Juan Diego. For our prayer today, I'd like us to think of three things: to calm us, to still us, and to heal us. In these uncertain times, we need all three of these. Whenever I need to be calmed or to be stilled, I love to light candles. So in years past, when our school has experienced a tragedy, I've come in here and I've lit candles. In my own family, my father had a health emergency in August. One of the first things that my daughter and I did is we came to the chapel and we lit a candle. So this morning, I'll light a candle for us. And as the candle burns, we ask, Dear Lord, please calm us, still us, and heal us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Jacobs. So I'm curious, we left you, how was your jerky run yesterday?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I got cut off. My wife found out what I was doing. She absolutely refused to let me leave the state of Utah to get beef jerky.
Oh my God.
So I had to abbreviate it. I did not go to Evanston, Wyoming to get beef jerky. I went to State Street. I went to Murray. So if you can't go to Evanston, go to Murray.
Oh,
but
boy.
I did go. It was just an abbreviated jerky run.
Very good. So you're stocked up for the weekend?
Oh no, I'm going today. I'm going today. The point isn't to get beef jerky. The point is just to do something in routine.
Oh.
Right? So we've been talking about routines. Like, what have we done this week about routines?
It's been we've had a lot of routines. We started off with spiritual routine when we started off on Monday. We then talked about academic routine. Mrs. Redican took us through emotional routine. And today we actually have kind of a fun segment, I think, coming up, especially for the weekend. Coach Vea, who is kind of creeping me out back there, is going to talk to us about physical routine, exercise.
So you and I have been friends for a long time, probably 50 years or so. And
we've been friends for at least 50 years.
50 years, yeah. And it's weird because we're not even 50 years old, but somehow we've been friends for 50 years. But
we're young.
I took a trophy out of your office.
Oh my God.
And I broke it. That was the thing. The trophy's supposed to be like this, but this is a trophy that Mr. Brunetti won for weightlifting back in 1974 when he and I were both, what would we have been, sophomores or juniors?
We would have been sophomores in high school.
Like we were old, and so you won this trophy for the bench press. And I remember that we were really on the cutting edge of lifting at the high school level. I mean, it's been 40 years since that happened, but when you and I were lifting, remember our friend Michael Loya was a weightlifter with us, and it was just the three of us.
And it was a big deal if you made the 200 bench press club.
It still is a big deal.
Yeah.
You and I were like way above that. I mean, I think you benched over 300, didn't you?
I was killer. Maybe I'll show you. Maybe I'll give you some pointers a little later on in the video.
We could do that, but we have to make sure that the bench and the bar, all of that is properly sanitized.
Oh, we're going to sanitize the you-know-what out of it.
Are you mad at me that I broke the trophy?
I can't believe you stole my trophy and then broke it.
Well, the stealing part was fine, but I really didn't mean to break it. Now, what I noticed is that it's chock full of crazy glue, so I think probably it was already broken. Now you're just blaming me.
Well, that could be. All right.
You have that Italian kind of get your feelings hurt sensibility.
Very sensitive. Very sensitive.
So I'm here in the Juan Diego Catholic High School weight room. This is Coach Vea's weight class room. It's kind of the temple for all things athletic and physical activity. And the theme of the week is that we've been talking a lot about routine, spiritual routine, academic routine, and the routine that we want to talk to you about today is, particularly with the weekend coming up, is what should be a physical routine that students can participate in?
Well, there's lots of different physical routines we can still do in this environment. We can go outside, hike, we can ride our bikes, we can walk the dog, even inside your house. Something I'm having my classes do is we're doing fitness still. We're doing 5 sit-ups, 5 squats, 5 push-ups in under 20 seconds, and having them film that and post it on.
So that's both strength training, and then there's also a little bit of aerobic training, because if they have to do it in less than 20 seconds, it gets their heart rate up.
Yeah.
So you're trying to combine both of them together.
Mhm.
Okay, that's a good idea. So I'm standing here inside of the Juan Diego weight room with Coach Vea. This is his classroom. It's kind of like your temple, really, and what you do for us here at Juan Diego, and trying to get students and student athletes ready to go for their season, and just to get them ready for life. And so we've been talking about routine for the past week, and spiritual routine, academic routine. Today's focus is on physical routine. We thought it would be appropriate on a Friday to talk a little bit about that, because it's important that students use the weekend, even if the weather isn't as great, to try to get out and do some physical activity. So what would you suggest?
I'd suggest going on hikes, riding your bike, walking your dog, and even just inside your house, you can be doing squats, push-ups, sit-ups.
What was that thing that you had your class doing with, like within a 20-second period, you had them doing like 3 different exercises? What was that?
Yeah, so my PE class, I had them do a 5-5-5. They have to do 5 push-ups, 5 sit-ups, and 5 squats in under 20 seconds.
So
And they
when
have to
squats, you just mean like body squats,
Yeah.
not with any weights. Okay,
Yeah.
so they do it 5-5-5. It's got to be done in 20 seconds. Wow.
Mhm.
So does that help them both with cardiovascular and with strength
Their
training?
muscular strength, yeah.
So it's kind of a combination of things.
Mhm.
Okay. I like that hiking idea, because it gets you out there in nature, and it's seems to be pretty safe as long as you stay away from other hikers. That would be an okay thing to do.
Yeah, and there is actually a lot of people out there hiking, so make sure when you choose your trail that it's not with a lot of people.
Not too
around.
crowded, yeah. My favorite place, I like to hike the Granite Quarry Trail that's just up from, up from school here. It's right at the entrance to Little Cottonwood Canyon, and it's an easy trail, and it's about, I don't know, by the time you go up and back, it might be an hour and 20 minutes to do the whole trail, and it's really close to where a lot of our students live, but there's all kinds of places that they could go, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Well, thanks. And let's just see if our students will do that, and maybe keep a routine going physically that adds to all the other routines we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach Vea.
Yeah, thank you.
America's best aerobic athletes.
We are the winners, watch us glimmer. Like the sun, we're the champions. We're in control, body and soul. We push ourselves to
the Mr. B's workout video and subscribe, and maybe we'll see you next week, you guys. Okay, let's go.
So, that weightlifting thing was kind of embarrassing for you.
Oh my God. If any of you want some technique pointers, you can, I'm available. Just saying.
No, I don't think you're going to get a lot of calls. I think it'll be pretty quiet, Okay, but the point, though, for the weekend was physical activity, right?
It's
That's a
so
routine.
important, yeah. Even with the weather, I'm not sure. I think the weather's supposed to be a little bit nicer this weekend.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You can get out and certainly walk the dog. You probably could ride your
should.
bike. You certainly could lift weights in your basement as long as you disinfect all the stuff and be cool about that. But
Make sure you get out of your houses, JD. Do stuff with your family.
so what else is going on this weekend? Is that it? Is there anything else we should be thinking about?
No, it's actually kind of weird. It's a big weekend. It's the beginning of Holy Week. Sunday is Palm Sunday.
Palm Sunday.
You know?
Okay, so this is really unusual because this is the time every year where we celebrate Palm Sunday, we all get our palms, and then the week kicks off. And man, it just seemed like yesterday that we did Ash Wednesday with the big purple mass in here.
We were all in here together, and Lent is like, next week we're beginning the most important week in the Christian world, and it's going to be really different for all of us because we're all distanced.
So a couple of things about that, though. We should probably put this up on the screen, but they can get mass, they can watch mass. Father Tilley is doing the virtual mass.
We'll have those links up for him, and also his drive-through confession, which was really
made
popular.
the national news.
Was on the national news, so that's pretty cool.
Huh?
Yeah.
All right. So one way then that they can observe Easter week is this Sunday. They can watch Palm Sunday Mass, and they can, if they're interested, they can. You're supposed to go to confession, and the 2 times a year where it's important to go to confession is Advent and Lent.
Yep.
And even though it's difficult this time of year, it might be kind of cool to do a drive-up confession with Father Tilley. That's Saturday, right? I think it's Saturday from like 3:30 to 6. He's available in the Cross Tower, and you can come up and chat with him and go to confession.
We'll put a link up to the story online. It was actually pretty cool. So a lot going on this weekend. Lots of reason to be thankful. Lots of reason to get outside. Remember our 3 things, JD. Number 1, take care of yourselves. Number 2, take care of your family and your friends, especially those of your friends that are really isolated right now. And number 3, the last thing is take care of JD. Make it a good weekend, you guys.
See you guys.
Also, I noticed we did a great job yesterday. I think we have subscriptions up to almost 500
What's that, on YouTube?
on YouTube.
Didn't we have a bet on that?
No, I won the bet. I won
already won the
I
bet.
won the first bet.
So
Now,
you've proven that you are superior in getting
why don't we?
subscriptions.
How
How many
don't
do we have? We have like 500
I
now.
think 500. Why don't we actually say that if we got to 800 by Monday, you would do something for the school?
Okay, well, I'll one up you. If we get to 1,000 by Monday, you'll run around the school screaming at the top of your lungs. How's that sound?
Okay, well, let's give that a shot.
I mean, you wanted me to do something at 800, but I want it to be a little bit more robust. So let's just say
If we get to
over
1,000.
1,000 by Monday, you're going to run around the school screaming at the top of your lungs. I'll get a cowbell. I'll be behind you. I'll be clanging the cowbell, and you'll run around the school.
All right, 1,000 by Monday. I'll do it.
That's a good idea. Thanks for thinking.
That
of
was
it.
a very good idea. Thank you.